So Zoro is dead. How? So we're gonna go back to when Zoro met Mihawk. Mihawk decided he's gonna let him know, and he is going to pull out. He's gonna go for another swing with his big sword, and
That's
I'll even say that's how it should have gone.
ooh
All right, welcome to ongoing volume, episode 2. I am Digital with my co-host.
Blade, dragon named Blade.
Yeah. uh, that's funny. All right. Well, so we're on episode 2, so we're gonna get right into our first segment. And so, with some of the latest anime, manga, more anime news that came out, I wanted to kind of go over the Dragon Ball news. And so, the first one that I wanted to talk about was with Dragon Ball Super with the Galactic Patrol. And Blade, what did you think about that?
It seems like they're gonna throw. Just judging by the names of the preview we got that you sent me, seems more like a Dragon Ball cop thing. I don't know the details about it, but I don't know. It looks interesting enough that I'm willing to give it a try.
Yeah, I watched the trailer on it and then I did a little homework of like what conversations were happening outside of it, around it. And I think what I got was that it was supposed to pretty much be like all I don't know. I know they're doing like a Moro anime with like the next segment that they never did from the manga. So like two sections or two arcs that they haven't done from Super were the Moro arc and then the Granola arc. And so with Moro, he's like the next story after the Tournament of Power that happens, and it never got animated. So I know that was I don't know. I'm excited for that. That one is pretty nuts. There was a lot of really exciting things that happened in that, but that yeah, the trailer I saw and that I linked for us was kind of confusing to me of like how that was related to that. Maybe I found something else unintentionally. Maybe it's not Galactic Patrol, but I thought it was because that's when Vegeta and Goku joined the Galactic Patrol to like officially help with this thing, with Moro. Uh, anyway, so I don't know. I'm excited. I wasn't reading the manga or super into
I'm
any.
not reading the mangas either for Dragon Ball, as
Yeah, and I was
currently on my list.
yeah, and I was mostly gonna say like when because I don't remember the order in which Super came out. If it was the manga and then the anime, or then the anime and then the manga, I can't recall because there was obviously a big lull where there wasn't any Dragon Ball content, and then Super came out. Well, then there was the movie, which we're going to talk a little bit about after this part. But now there's a lot to like write, for them to know what's going on. So if people haven't read it, they can watch it. It's coming out later this year apparently. So, and I think it's supposed to like be I'll say updated. I don't know if better is the word I want to pick. I think they're going to probably pick the style that they did with, Gohan's movie. Uh,
And that
or
wasn't a bad style, wasn't the greatest in the whole
yeah,
wide world, but I've seen 3D renders be a whole lot worse. And
yes, yeah. So I don't know. All in all, I'm looking forward to it. The animation will be, for me, it can be up in the air of like, what can we expect? Is it going to be, super awesome or not? Who knows? But I do think we're gonna have another big moment on the internet where the internet does break, kind of like when Goku got Ultra Instinct and the whole internet arguably
yep.
crashed. So yeah, that series is or that arc specifically is pretty exciting.
I mean, the internet was around when we went Super Saiyan, but that would have crashed the internet too, definitely.
Oh, dude, yeah, that could be a whole nother thing we go on a like ginormous conversation about, but I'll at least say,
Huge moments in
wi-
anime.
oh my gosh, man, like, again, I'm like many watched it on Toonami, so like you waited week over week, and in this case, like probably a year plus, for this whole thing to build up. You heard about the term Super Saiyan. Vegeta thought he was a Super Saiyan at one point just because he believed it, and then like
He had gotten a
Goku.
lot stronger at that point. He's just like, oh yeah, this is the pinnacle of Super Saiyan. I'm definitely a Super Saiyan. No, no,
Right, yeah, and we
I'm
don't know. We're like, "Oh, okay," believe what you want, and then Goku, like, did it, and then it became I mean, that was so iconic, but I could go on that for a while.
yeah, no kidding.
Maybe,
I
like,
remember
most
watching
hype
that in
moments in
Toonami. I was
anime.
so hyped. It was like, yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, 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 the time you had to wait, there wasn't I won't say there weren't leaks, I'm sure there were, but I wasn't as privy to, things on the internet, like, or even, like, because I know Japan was way ahead, right? But, like, there wasn't, like,
I
some
mean,
constant spoiler coming up to be like, "Oh, this has already happened, they're in the Cell Saga, or they're done," or whatever it was. Like, it was such a surprise, so exciting. But,
yeah.
yeah.
We also the dubs took forever to come out at that point. It was ridiculous. And of course,
Yeah.
we didn't have access to the sub list like we do now. It's not like I could go online and just watch it.
Yep.
It was literally waiting until the next two episode came out on Toonami and just like, come on, do something.
Yeah.
And at that point, they
Yeah.
had just dragged out the Frieza saga so long.
Yep. Those were the days. Yeah.
That 5 minutes
Alright.
took a long time. It seemed like it took
Right?
hours.
On the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, Goku is still charging his energy. Yeah. Alright, well, we'll talk about the next section. So there's, Dragon Ball Super Beerus Super, I think is what it's called. That's what I
Yeah.
literally, like, copied the title, and then I wanted to
I was really
yeah.
watching it thinking, oh, this is deja vu.
Yeah! What were your thoughts, Blade?
I, I don't know why we're getting a movie based on the first, what is it, first section of the Dragon Ball Super series.
Yeah,
I
they
was,
already did it. Yeah.
yeah. I first of all thought it was a joke. I'm like, what? Is this going back in time? No, it was released a couple days ago. What the heck is going on?
Yes. I wanted to double check it. Yeah, there's already this is where I'm kind of like, what are we doing? Because they did the show, but they also did, I want to say it was before the show. They did Dragon Ball Z Battle of the Gods the movie. I just double checked it. It came out in 2013 or something. So like they did it, and then they did the whole show, and now they're coming back again.
How many times do you have to see Bears go against Super Saiyan God Goku?
Right, we know yeah, we know the outcome. I think the only thing that's really changing is probably the art style slash animation is going to be updated slash different. Like when I saw that, I don't know. I saw a lot of folks get really hyped for it, and I immediately thought the same thing as you of like, why? Like this is comparable to a video game remaster that just got remastered, you know? Like,
Yeah, I know. Demon Slayer loves to do movies. There are actually sections of the show, and they do it really well. Like the train arc was amazing, and they had that out as a movie originally, but it's like actually 4 episodes just smashed into one, and it
okay.
came out super great. And I think that's kind of what they're going for with this is that they're kind of doing like episodes as movies, but it's they did
But
it
they
in
already did it.
order, and we've already done this once. What? I guess they're
Yeah.
just trying to get into the theaters so that people can watch it more and be more interested. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of different strings they could pull as a benefit for this. But yeah, it's just odd because if you want to go look at what their library is that they could go start chipping away at, would be like the original Dragon Ball, and just go start giving
I
that
would
some.
love to see a remake of the original Dragon Ball.
Yes,
That would be amazing.
yes, that was one of my first thoughts. Is like you have a whole library. You have
Though
so much you haven't even touched. They did Z, and then they did Kai for Z, right? So they've done that. Honestly, they could go do it again and update it for bread.
I haven't
Like
seen
you don't have
anything
to.
for the original Dragon Ball, and honestly, it's something that although Goku was a lot strangely hornier in that one. I don't know why.
Yeah.
There are some
Yeah.
interesting scenes in the original Dragon Ball.
Yeah, or for people like me that, haven't watched GT since it came out and it was cool when I was a teenager. I'd have to rewatch it to go see if I could justify that opinion still. But
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time. I remember watching it and thinking, why are we doing this? Because the whole thing was they found this Black Star Dragon Balls that I'm
yeah.
questioning why they still exist because the person who made it is fused back to Piccolo. Kami fused back with Piccolo, thus making the original Dragon Balls inert. So why do we still have these Black Star Dragon Balls? And why is it that they go
Yeah.
through the universe and you gotta find them all, bring them back to Earth before a certain point of time, before Earth gets destroyed? It was a
Yeah, and
really weird
before
concept.
yeah, and I didn't mean to take us down a rabbit hole on GT, but I think I think for GT, if I recall, and I haven't seen it since like it came out for us on Toonami. Like I own it. I bought it again as an adult to go back and see if I, want to watch it. Uh but I think it was something to do with they were using the Dragon Ball so much because of the scanner that it was like it wasn't able to like purify some energy at the rate that it normally did, which eventually developed these like dark Dragon
I
Balls.
thought
That
it
was what
was.
they were.
I thought it was. I could be wrong on this because it's been so long since I've seen
Yeah.
GT. But I thought it was the fact that Kami decided to make the Dragon Balls first with Piccolo still part of him, the original King Piccolo, and it came up corrupted. So he
Okay.
had to separate himself, his evil self, from his good self. That's making King Piccolo and Kami. And then he tried to remake the balls, and this time they were successful and came out with the Dragon Balls that we know.
Okay.
But I could be
Yeah.
wrong there. It
Yeah,
could
maybe
be
that's a homework
that one.
assignment for one of us. Since I own it, maybe I could take it. Yeah.
We watched
So,
GT and figure out what the heck made the
right.
Black
What's the
Sky.
story?
Yeah. Remind us again of this story that was kind of junk and mid and yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the best thing about that was Super Saiyan 4, so
That was pretty exciting. Yes.
yes.
And then Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta on top of that was like,
Yes.
oh my god, aura farming. Uh, all right. So, next section is so we both have never until we started this segment, we had neither one of us had consumed Chainsaw Man material, like watched it, read it,
I watched a
and
bit of the anime, but I didn't get that far
okay,
into it. Like, where we've read the manga now, I've actually caught up to where I watched.
okay,
So it
yeah.
was very
So
limited.
yeah, okay. I pretty much knew the name of it, and then I've seen the promo picture of like of Denji in this chainsaw form. If that's even what it's called. And so we have read volumes 1 and 2, which go to chapter 14.
16.
And is it 16?
It's
So I
16.
stopped at 14, so that's my
I
fault.
got a bit more, but that's fine.
Okay.
I think 15 and 16 is setting up for the next big devil that they're trying to face. But I won't worry too
Okay.
much about it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll read that. You're not gonna really spoil anything because I'll catch up on that literally in the next day.
I
Yeah.
might
So
spoil who the next devil is, but they haven't even found the devil yet. So
yeah. So the one that they're talking about is some gun devil.
okay, yeah, you are at that point. Okay,
Yeah. So they are like Denji has some couple deals floating around. If he goes and defeats them, he gets some nice things. So anyway, I didn't want to go into it because I didn't want to skip to the end of where we're at right now. So
we still have volume
uh,
one to do.
I know exactly. So that's why I just wanted to make sure we're on the same or similar page.
Yep. So volume
So
one is for anybody who wants to know where it cuts off. It's chapters 1 through 7.
yep.
So
Yeah.
I actually
So
have a few notes here for that.
yeah, give some initial
So
thoughts. What do you think?
first of all, I want to chat about Denji's debt. How I never understand how
You
they
can
can
guess.
how they can give their father's debt to their child when they have nothing to do with it. I know that's kind of a common thing in certain parts of the world, and this is a mafia we're talking about in there, or uh, or of whatever the extent of that one is for that world. Um, but yeah, well, what do you think about his debt?
I thought that was horrible. I thought that was super messed up. And then he's like, he's like scrambling for like the most basic food or basic anything, and like everything that like you and I are, any most other people would be like, "What? No, this is garbage." He's like, "I'll take it." He's like no quorums about it. He's so used to it, and yeah, I thought that was super messed up. And then anyway, yes, that right there was very odd. And I guess it's a good setup for him to figure out how to get out of the situation that he was in.
Well, he
Uh
kind of looked
but
out
yeah,
of that one
he did. It was more
because of what
lucked out.
happened.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
didn't have a plan. Yeah, that's true.
He had a
Yeah.
plan. He was slowly paying it off, being a devil hunter. Um, but when your dream in life is to have jam on bread, you know something's
Mm.
wrong.
Yep.
Then we
It
get.
was just bread. He
I
didn't
do
even
want to
know
talk
about
about.
jam.
I do also want to talk about each of the devils that we have because in that world they mentioned that the devils are strength is equal to how scary the object is that they're based off of. So the first thing he kills is a tomato devil.
Yeah, terrifying.
Yeah, so terrifying. I guess it can be because tomatoes are part of the nightshade family. So if you eat, by the way, do not eat the leaves of a tomato plant. It actually is poisonous to us. The fruit is not. Fruit is fine.
Yeah.
So I can see that being somewhat scary. But then, of course, we got the zombie that kind of actually helped them luck out to getting out of debt. The
Yeah.
zombie devil. That is actually kind of
Yep.
scary. A lot of people have that fear.
Yeah.
So, what'd you think about that part? Because that was kind of insane what happened there.
That was so like such a shift to sixth gear. It was, like it was just like it seemed like another day, in the office for him of, going through the conversations on his debt and what have you. And then yeah, like just immediate oh zombie devils, and
The whole mafia is zombies, and
yeah,
we're just gonna kill you off.
yeah. And then like, he's violently getting, impaled and like I had to reread like one of the panels a couple of times to make sure I didn't like skip a page on accident because I was like, what? He's literally like bleeding everywhere. Like they're going straight through him, like in all. Like I was wondering how he's gonna come back, right? I was like, how is this a whole series already? Something
Well,
big's gotta
that was the
happen.
whole series. Yeah, have fun.
Yeah, yeah, and it's
Main
done.
character's
Hopefully,
dead.
you enjoyed it. Yeah, yeah. No, I thought it was crazy, but obviously, it's a good buildup of okay, before you go to the next page or even the next issue, like something big has to happen for him to still be in the series, which they're setting it up for.
Yep. Then we get the fusion of Denji and Pochita,
Yeah,
the
I think that's
Chainsaw
right.
Devil.
Yeah, yep. And
Which,
then that was super exciting. He's just ripping and tearing like he's the Doomslayer.
oh, let's not get started with the Doomslayer because he's actually stupidly overpowered.
Oh, I know. Trust me.
yeah.
Yeah.
So of course at this point we meet um, Makima.
Makima.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I have a list of names as well.
Yeah, I
Ah,
had to
cheat
note him
sheet.
too. Yeah. She's interesting. I don't know enough about like what her powers are. I think there's some like I think it was just spoiled some time ago for me that she has something to do with the manipulation. But
Yeah, I had that spoiled for me as well, but I don't know the details of it.
yeah.
And
So at least right now as a new reader, it's hard to tell if she's actively using a power to manipulate people or she's just good at doing it
yes,
anyway,
they do a really good job hiding her abilities, and you don't really know because everybody's made a deal with the devil or has something to do with them and able to fight
Yeah.
devils. So it's like, what's the deal that she has? It's kind of
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
one other
And
thing I want to note from this scene, so when he first gets into this office, and Makima hands him his clothes. I got a question. How the heck does he know how to tie?
That's a good question. Do you know how to tie a tie?
I do know how to tie. I actually do wear one quite often. I think I have one over here. 1 second.
I don't. Every time I have to tie a tie, I pull up a YouTube video because it's not often enough for me to have to learn how to do it. Let's see it. For listeners, Blade is tying a red tie, and
I'm doing the double Windsor too, if you guys are wondering.
Okay.
I'm not bothering checking size or anything. This is just gonna be a rough one, but.
Woo! Wow.
Actually, that's pretty close.
that was not only that was quick. That was good. It looked like a tie. It looked like it's the way you're supposed to wear it. Yeah, every time I get to wear one, at weddings or whatever other social gathering I have to wear one. I'm pulling up a video every time.
A lot of people do. That's the reason I'm like, how the heck does? And this is a guy who has nothing. He doesn't have a cell phone. He doesn't have access to the internet. He literally lives in a shack. How the heck does he know about tying a tie?
It's just one of those abilities he gained from his devil.
No, that's a convenient ability.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, all right, I want to know your dreams. Also, you can tie ties now on top of transform into a chainsaw devil.
Oh, so we did skip a devil that I forgot about. The muscle devil that takes over that little girl.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You noted more details on the devils than I did, because some of them are like pretty, like you barely even see them.
Yeah,
like,
this is like not even a chapter of a devil.
Yeah.
It's literally, oh, this old girl got taken over by this devil. Oh, Digi now has to face him. Oh, and he's dead. Okay.
Yeah.
Save the girl.
Over.
Yep, that's it.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, one of the other things that I thought, so on Makima, I didn't have much more to go over yet on her, other than one of my first notes I noted when I was reading volume 1 was they allude to that she is crazy strong, and she's gonna have some weird curve in the story, and that she doesn't seem as she is, or she's putting on some
yeah, there's definitely something going on with her.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see what that's going to be. That was like my second bullet point, other than I put a note of like the specific contract he did with the devil to get his powers. But yeah, so I'm interested to see on that. And then with where I'm at now, it's also interesting. We could talk about as well.
Yeah. But we got another person to chat about. His the first person you meet in the Special Defense Force or whatever it is, Aki.
Yeah, he's fun.
Yeah, I actually love his ability the first time we see him, which isn't technically until Volume 2, but still, seeing that Fox Devil come out and just munch the Leech Devil is just amazing.
Yes. Yeah, that's and he's the lucky one that gets all of Makima's like misfit children of like go handle this team. I'm the big dog in charge of our little division here, but you get to like actually handle them.
We should probably rate all of Aki's roommates that he gets. I only know we've only gotten 2. I don't know if he's gonna get any more.
Yeah. Does he keep getting them?
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't. Digi's a bad roommate, honestly. At least the few little bits sections that you get, it's like you see him take too long in the bath. He's making a mess and not cleaning it up, and he's sleeping on the toilet. I actually, strange enough, I did have a roommate that spent way too long in the bath. I'm talking like he would be there for like 5 hours.
Oh my god!
He would literally bring his laptop into the bathroom and just be watching videos in the bath. And this is in a bathroom apartment. So there's a lot of times when I finally break out, just like, dude, I have to go to the bathroom. Come on.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That's insane.
I hope Digi isn't that bad.
It seemed like he got his act together pretty quick once Aki kind of was like, bruh.
Yeah. He's probably not used to having a roommate or.
Right.
Really, he was just so excited to have jam on bread.
Wasn't there a scene where Denji makes like some crazy snack because he has a bunch of ingredients floating around?
Yeah, that's when he makes the mess, and it just He's pretty much grabbed every single jab out there and puts it on
Yeah.
bread.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would
That's
taste.
awesome. Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, and
Okay.
then go ahead.
I was just gonna say, then we get Dingy's first goal well, technically
That's
second goal,
literally what
but
I was gonna say. Yep, his first
he
goal
is
because
definitely
he's like,
horny.
well, I was gonna say he's also a teenager, right? Like,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he's a teenager or like a really young adult. I don't think they really told us
I
yet.
don't think we. I can actually look that up.
He's got to be like, with that. Yeah, I'm just gonna guess while you look it up. Like, he's got to be like 14 or 15.
He's
But yeah,
18.
his first goals. Oh, he's 18. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, he's 18. He hasn't he's been going through a
Okay,
debt
so
his whole
actually, when
time.
starting out, he's 16. I just read on a bit
Okay.
more of this. So yeah, apparently he
Okay.
starts 16, and he at a certain point it does progress long enough that he gets to 18. Apparently.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, first goal touching boobs. When I read that, I just started laughing. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds about right for a straight boy that's a teenager. It's like, yep. If you haven't, that's gonna be on your bucket list.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and then very quickly after it's revealed, I don't know, I didn't know anything significant happens between we hear that goal and then he eventually meets Power. I think that's what her name was.
Yep, power.
Uh, and then like a little bit after meeting her, we start hearing more of her story of how she has Meowie,
Yeah,
and
we.
then
Yep.
yeah, and then how important that cat is to her, and then they make a deal. Yeah,
He
I don't know
definitely
if
got
there
the
was
raw
anything you
end of
wanted to
that
note
deal.
on Power. Huh?
I will note that she is a fiend and a blood devil. So there
Yeah,
is distinct differences between fiends and devils in this world. For those who haven't read it, fiends actually take over human bodies. Fiends are devils that take over human bodies. So
yep.
Denji's not exactly a fiend, but he's not human either. He's kind of a question mark because he still has full control over himself.
Yeah, it seems like he's kind of like Aki, where he made a contract. His is just a different situation
Mm-hmm.
because he even said he made a contract with that. What was it, a fox?
Yes.
Um,
Aki
so I
made a
think
contract
Denji's
with the
similar,
fox that whenever he uses him, he sacrifices something. First time we
some
see
blood or
him,
something.
he apparently he sacrificed like the skin from his arm or something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. 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 So Power is interesting. Not only is she crazy, uh,
Completely.
yeah, yeah, she's also like totally down to just be like, oh, cool, that's your goal. Well, then get me my cat, and then you can have it, and then has zero intention of actually keeping him alive.
Yeah, the Bat Devil was kind of interesting.
That wasn't. Yeah,
I'm not
I
sure if
don't
I would
know. I
picture
feel
a
like
Bat Devil like that, honestly, but I guess it works.
yeah, I thought it was okay for like an intro. It's like an introductory, like I wouldn't say like main bad guy, but like a good big bad guy for this early on, kind of
Yeah,
like
it's like the
Grand
first
Fisher
big
is for
boss that you
Bleach.
had to take care of.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So like I think it's Grand Fisher for Bleach is like the one I imagine, for him at
Oh
the time.
yeah,
So that's kind of what I linked them to of like, yeah, I don't think he's going to be like something we ever talk about when the series is wrapped up, but he was, his first main bad guy that I would say is, you would recognize if you were to go mention early on before like the bigger stories
yeah. Nobody's
revealed,
gonna remember the sea cucumber devil that
Right,
Power
yeah.
just smashes in 2 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I thought that was a good like introductory bigger or first boss, I guess I'll call it, for him to go through. Uh
Mm-hmm.
that was definitely fun. It was interesting. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna go into it that much on like blood and like what that means to different devils because you talked a lot about flavor, and I'd imagine it has to relate to their health. Because you didn't like the guys that smoke or anything like that. And obviously powers them. But I wonder if that's going to be a thing that they pull. the string on later of like not only let's say a healthy person, but like what if they have additional powers or something? Like, is that a more appetizing? Things like that.
That's a good question. We could talk about bad roommate number two, power.
I was gonna say it's power, right? That one is hilarious.
I'm not someone who flushes the toilet. Flush the
Yeah,
dang toilet. I'm not
yeah,
someone who takes baths often. Take a dang bath.
yeah. Literally everything you would teach a child, like what are we doing?
Yep.
Makes you wonder where all wherever all the devils come from. If it's a hell or hell like, I guess I'll call it. What's their like? Do they just poop on the ground and they're all walking around?
Do
No
devils
no butts
poop?
are wiped. Yeah, yeah, right. If they do, why is she pooping? She's a corpse. Probably not like eating a bunch of food. She wants to feed on blood. You hear her say it all the time.
Yeah. But she does eat.
That's
Apparently
true.
not vegetables, apparently.
Yeah, I remember that was a big point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my next big one, and maybe I'm skipping ahead a little too much, but the bat one was, I would say it's fun. We kind of talked about that, and then I just kind of noted more on Makima or Makima, and I just said something we kind of like already mentioned already, but that she's a huge manipulator, and literally knows exactly how to get Denji to do whatever she wants, whether she's using
Very much
powers or
so.
not, which we don't know. But like, she's just like, you just get an open wish, pretty much. And then he's like, and you can tell what he
Yeah.
alludes to. Yeah. And
Well,
she's
he
pretty
got
much
to
like, no,
touch Makima's
anything.
boob, so that was a
That's
good
true.
starter point for him.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Very different when you like the person.
Yeah, it was very funny seeing him after a power. He just kind of, that wasn't anything special. Then he gets Makima, I was
Yeah. Exactly.
like,
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Total teenagers. Hilarious.
yeah. I
Yeah. The
don't know if
next
you
thing I
got
was gonna
to his
talk.
next goal though. Have you?
No. That's the one right
Okay.
now, and they're looking for the gun devil. And
Yeah,
they have these like they look
they
like
were still
bullets.
looking at the end of
Okay.
that.
Oh, his next. I don't know if it's a goal. It was like a deal that was made. I never saw the girl's name, but there's a girl that's with them when they're starting this hunt on this gun demon.
Himino.
Okay, I'll note that. She said she pretty much would make like open tongue kiss him,
Mhm.
and that was the other thing.
Yeah, his next goal is to kiss a girl.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Yeah, because I think originally she said it, and he was kind of like
Oh,
for it, and then he thought about it more. I was like, no, that's okay. I don't want to kiss you.
you haven't seen Himino's ability yet. Oh, I can't talk about it.
I mean, you can. By the time we come back to the next episode, we'll be on the next volume anyway. So
So, yeah, might as well. She has a ghost that
okay.
she's made a deal with. I don't a ghost devil of some sort. For the most part, she can hold devils in place and do little things like that. And then she has the ultimate ability that lets the ghost come actually to a physical plane to actually. It shows her strangling power for a second there, just to
Oh,
show
okay.
it. So,
That's exciting.
yep.
Okay. Yeah, no, I like that they have a good variety of abilities. I definitely prefer that approach than as much as we talked about and love. I like Dragon Ball. A lot of them are pretty much the same. you know. So I do like the variety. That way you kind of keep track of it, and then you kind of think of their powers as like different. Like you're dealt a different hand, and then you're like, okay, well, if they have this in their kit, what can they do or what can they not do? That makes, at least for me, I like the complicated fights where you go and see that stuff when they go introduce all these characters. Yeah. So the other thing I wanted to note is so the gun demon, they noted it's killed like over 1 million people in like a couple minutes. I'd imagine it's an aggregate time
Yeah,
unless
I
it
am very curious of how that happened. Like you saw a little bits of it, like just a whole area just disappears.
explodes. Yeah. Yeah.
I just what the
I'm
heck?
very excited to see. how this goes, I'm gonna make a prediction and say that Denji isn't the one that does the final strike on it and doesn't get his goals from Makima. I'd imagine he's definitely a big player. Maybe he does 99% of the work somehow, but I'm thinking he's not gonna
I'm not
necessarily be the
sure
one.
if they're gonna even face the gun demon in the first while. I don't know when they're gonna get a chance
I'm
to
just
do that because it's a big
maybe I'll
question of
just note
where the heck
this.
is this guy?
Yeah, and maybe I'll just, I'll keep this clip of like I predicted it back on February, and then, however long it takes to get there, I'm right or wrong, Uh
Yeah,
but that's just a random guess or prediction, I guess, with where we're at.
fair enough.
Do you think he's going to get it?
I have. I think he's gonna get Kiss. I really do think he's gonna get a Kiss.
I don't think he's getting the other thing
But
from
I bet you it's gonna be a lot more like what happened with Power, where the Kiss he's gonna get is not gonna be what he expects or something like that, and
Yeah.
because that seems to be an ongoing thing where when he gets what he wants, it's not always what it seems, and then he gets the better version of it or something along that lines.
Yeah. Yeah, cuz I don't think Makima is going to just give him whatever it is straight up how you envision it. I just don't see that the kind of like reputation that they've already built around her this early on. I don't envision she's just going to be like, yeah, sure, whatever. There's going to be
Yeah, I can't
some
say I'm not
stipulation or
certain
something.
about a
Yeah.
lot of things with that. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what I noted. I noted his other goal was French kissing the other girl. Um And then literally like, oh, the last note I put is it's funny that all the females know how to manipulate him. Like every
he's
single one he
not
meets.
hard to manipulate, honestly.
No, they're just like, sup, and he's like, whatever you want.
You want a kiss? Yes, 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 yes. Good, let's go.
Yeah. Yes. Super funny to watch. But I don't know. I it's very in the beginning, so I don't think I could give it a rating. I for
It's kind of
fun.
hard right now because we're just getting into it. I
Yeah,
mean,
we don't even know how big the world is yet. Like
yeah,
is there a hell? Is there a heaven version? Like like are they always going to be on the mortal plane with Earth? Like I'd imagine there's going to be a bunch of different complexities that happen early on. Like you said, we're still at the very beginning. Um,
yeah.
so yeah, I don't know. I like it. I definitely am interested to continue reading it. But yeah, I don't think there's exactly enough yet for me to be like, oh, this is game breaking or this is a dud. But I do think it's interesting so far.
I don't really care for Denji as a person so far. And, I would say he's a stupid kid.
Yeah,
He definitely doesn't have a lot of real world knowledge because he's been trapped,
yeah,
just paying off a stupidly huge debt that he didn't even accrue. So
yeah, and he inherited it.
yeah, I don't believe you should be able to
And
inherit
maybe there's a
that.
story with his dad. There's not any details on that, other than he's just I think he
He's
died.
committed. Yeah,
Or
that's all
yeah,
we know.
yeah.
Which we're probably going to bleep that out.
Oh yeah, I will.
YouTube.
Yep, he is. Yeah, not around. Um, yeah, my tablet froze or turned off. Yeah. So what's our next section? Sorry.
It
Oh yeah.
is
See,
animes and series that we want to get into.
yeah. So I I mean, I had a huge list. We could be on this for a while. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I literally just opened my Crunchyroll app. I have a ton of things on my wish list that I've either watched or am interested in watching, and a lot of these are still on the interested in watching.
Yeah, I got to 9 before I was like, I don't know how far we should go.
Maybe you should just pick a
Oh,
handful. I don't know. I'll pick only the new ones that I know about coming out or are currently releasing or continuing
yeah.
on that I want to keep on watching. I'll go for that.
Okay.
So,
Shoot.
the first one, which I'm currently watching, I've actually read the manga for this as well. I can't wait to. It's just beginning as a manga. It's only like a few. I think it's 29 chapters that's in the series or something like that. But it's
Okay.
called Jack of All Trades, Party of None.
Okay.
I'm actually very interested in seeing this progress. The main character is a um, enchanter. He's a support member of the party originally, um, and he was like a class swordsman that switched over to enchanting for his party to pretty much make it more balanced, so they could keep on going further down into this dungeon, which his team's gone down the furthest in the dungeon. Um, and
Okay.
he actually gets replaced. They say that he's not good enough as
Oh.
a chapter, so he gets quit. He gets fired and has to kind of figure out where he's going from there. It ends up in a very interesting series that so far that I've seen, and it shows that he's not as weak as they think he is.
Okay.
He was pretty much carrying the party, and they didn't even realize it.
Sounds like some different like I don't know, grown up like different lobbies where you're playing a game with some friends and then you're carrying and dragging them through and they're anyway.
Yep.
All to say is gamers I'm sure can relate.
Oh yeah. We've all had that moment where we're just carried a team.
Yep, get in the backpack. All right. Well, my so a lot of mine we 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 kind of talked about lightly of the different level of experience or knowledge or variety in anime and manga between us. So mine I don't necessarily know a lot of them, but some of them I do know and I could talk, more in depth about. Some I'm just I don't know enough and I want to check it out because I've heard a million things on it. So the first one is Attack on Titan. I think I watched a couple episodes on Netflix years ago. And I think I was watching it with my wife and then I think we only got a couple episodes in and then like never picked it up again. So that is something that I want to get back into. I do sadly know spoilers because it has been so long. But I mean, other than that, I
It's
mean,
hard not
I,
to get spoilers for
yeah,
that show, and I've always pretty much I've been spoiled so badly. I decided just to watch a lore video instead of watching the whole series.
there you go.
Um,
Yeah, I
and
might read it. That's normally what I do if I want to get through it, unless there's like some crazy animation, which like I forgot what I was reading. Oh, it was something else that's on my list, but it was Solo Leveling. I read all of that, but I didn't watch everything yet, and it looks great every time I see
oh,
it.
they did a really good job animating it. I'm not sure how I feel about. I like solo leveling. I don't at the same time. I could see some people have some bad things to say about it, and they don't say it. It got a lot of hype very early on, and it's kind of one
Yeah,
of the things that it is a bit overhyped for what it is. But
I think so. Yeah,
I
yeah.
still
Maybe
think
we
it's a
can.
good show. I think it's a good series. Still, I'm willing to watch it,
Yeah,
and I have watched
yeah,
it. I'm caught up with that one.
yeah. That one I think I only watched a couple episodes when up until he meets. I think his name's Igris. His red soldier that he eventually gets.
Mm-hmm.
As a shadow, and then the rest of it I read all the way through. And so I'll just skip since we're already talking about it, and then you could do two back, and I'll do two back.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, yeah. The next one I had was Solo Leveling Ragnarok. I think it takes place after, and I haven't read anything on it. I know it has to do with his son, I guess. Um,
I have not even heard of
but
that, so I'm gonna have to look it up.
yeah, yeah. I think it's like the next series after Solo Leveling.
Yeah, because solo leveling's completed, at least the
Yep.
manga form or comic, whatever it's technically under.
I think it's called Ragnarok. I think I just went by memory. Let me look it up. Yeah, it is Ragnarok. Okay. But yeah, I read all of the manga. I didn't watch all the anime yet. But I did want to continue reading to go see what's happening. I think that is still ongoing. Uh but I did like it enough to go research it a lot and check it out.
Yep. Since we're doing ongoing stuff, I got two ongoing that I want to chat about. First one is Shangri-La Frontier. Um, I love that series. I'm actually reading the manga of it right now, see where it goes. The I've watched. It has 2 seasons right now, and there is a third one that's been confirmed and in the making. We're waiting for it to finally release, which I can't wait for because it seems like every season ends at like a cliffhanger of a point.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is good spots to end most of that series. So,
What's it about?
so the main character is a what was his name? In the game, he goes by Sun Raku, which is a play on his actual name,
Okay.
Rakuro Hizatomi. That's it.
Okay.
Um, he he actually plays. It's VR, full VR, full dive, kind of like Sword Art Online if you've seen that, or there's a ton of other series that do it as well. Uh, so he's full dive into a game, and he's known for playing like the worst games imaginable. Like you know how we have bloatware and stuff like that. He'd pretty much be playing every single bloatware out there. Especially the lower the
Okay.
rating, the better for him.
Okay.
And he gets talked into playing Shangri-La Frontier, which is considered a god game or the top tier. And he's kind of dives into it and really gets into the game and loves the challenge of it because there's actually they have 12 colossi if I remember, 7 colossi. Yeah. They have colossi in the game. I gotta remember the exact number, but he
Okay.
actually runs into one pretty early on, like a Gon the Night Slayer, and completely gets owned. I mean, this guy's level 20 at this point, and yeah, he just gets smashed. But he does well enough that Lycagon puts a mark on him that makes it so he can't wear armor on the top or on the any legs or anything like that. He pretty much cannot
No.
cover the mark, and it's hilarious what happens with that. uh, Pretty much him going through that game, and also it jumps around to other games every now and then. So early on, he jumps to another game to play with another friend, Katso. Um, he plays Berserk Online Passion, nickname's Burp, which is
Okay.
a glitchy as all heck fighting system that people just love to fight and use as many glitches as they can on it.
Yeah.
And another example is they go into a he gets frustrated at one point because he can't use this mech that he got in SLF. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna jump over to this game so you can play as with the mech, and it's actually a game where you're playing as people who could actually control the mechs. So you have to actually think about it. It's not like a control pad in front of you or anything. You're actually playing as the mechs. And you can jump in
Okay.
and out of the mechs as in a person, but he says it takes a lot of thought process and everything to get the mechs to work right for you. So
Interesting. That sounds like a fun show.
it is.
Okay.
I really like it, and I can't wait for the third season to come out. The
Nice.
other ongoing one that I want to see is Deliciousness in Dungeon, which is on Netflix. It is a series where the main group, one of the main group's sister gets eaten by a dragon, but luckily they can resurrect her if they get to her in time. But they don't have any supplies, so they don't have money to get supplies either because they get forcibly warped out of that area, and they have to go into the dungeon again. And they decide instead, we're just gonna eat all the monsters and everything that's around us, and it's pretty awesome actually going through it and seeing what they create and the different monsters that they encounter, and it's another one that I really can't wait to see more of.
Yeah. Okay. Those sound good.
Yep,
I've never heard of either of them, but they both sound fun.
you're up. I'm not sure how many of these we're gonna get to because I have a ton.
Yeah. Let's see. This one is another probably basic if you're going off like the top list of anything, right? Is Jujutsu Kaisen or JJK. I had started I think I watched it was like I don't think on like Crunchyroll compared to Netflix the seasons are apples to apples, but I watched one season on Netflix and then I don't know. I thought
I
that was all that
think
was
they
it, and then
are.
I saw
That's
random
actually also on my
Okay.
list, so I'll point that out.
Okay. Yeah, I think yeah, and I watched whatever it was probably a couple years ago now. Anyway, I need to come back and I want to read and watch it cuz the animation is fun to watch it, and then obviously reading it cuz I like to get ahead and know the story to see if I want to like actually go back and spend more time to watch it. But I'm pretty sure I'll want to watch this too. But yeah, that one I think is a no-brainer to most folks. It's pretty popular, especially right now. I know it's the manga's ended. I don't know if the anime is. I don't think the anime's anywhere close yet. But anyway, so JJK is another one for me. And then we talked about it before, but I want to finish going through the Pokemon manga. I read Red's story. I think that's volume one. It's huge. Like you read all of it, and then it goes on to Yellow, and then it kind of like follows the way that the games came out. I think as far as how they're named. I think I got halfway through Yellow, like I don't know, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. So I'd have to probably dust off some rest of like what's going on and everything. But at that point, they hadn't spoilers, I guess. They hadn't saved Red yet. So I know that's going to be coming up. But anyway,
The Pokemon manga's been out, especially that
I
part.
know
It's
that's
been
why
out
it's
for a
kind of
very
like I
long
rolled of
time.
like, yeah, it's spoilers, but
I mean,
like, come
each
on.
generation has their own manga series. Like I said, I got to Diamond and Pearl. I thought
Yeah.
that one kind of irked me. It just I didn't really care for the characters, so I could try to get back into that one though. That probably wouldn't be too bad of an idea. See if we can get past that little branch because usually as soon as they get done with this segment, you don't see them a whole lot except for red, blue, gold, and silver. You see them a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean it, when I first found out that this manga even existed, um I the only reason I saw it was like there was like a panel of like Mewtwo fighting Darkrai, and then Red was behind Mewtwo, I think. And then I went, "Oh my god, this is real!" Like I thought this was fan made, you know. And then I looked it up, found the whole thing, read all of Red's stuff, at least in the beginning. None of that happened yet, which makes sense. I was like, okay, that means Red's gonna be coming back, so I'm excited, you know. Anyway, so yes, those were my next two that I'm somewhere in the backlog. Maybe we can prioritize them with us in the community. But those are my next
I mean, I got a lot of
list.
manga notes. I'm actually intending to put out all the mangas and manhwas, comics, everything that I'm keeping track of, reading and doing. I'll probably put that up there up a little bit later because I've got to just make an Excel and just put it on there where I'm reading it and how I like it so far and what chapter I'm on.
Yeah,
I'm intending to do that. I don't know if I could do the same with the anime because that'd be a huge list. I don't know. I could probably add that in there somewhere.
we can. A fun thing too, right? Because we made a Discord for anyone that wants to come join, hang out, interact with us. Get throw segment ideas, throw recommendations to read, watch. We could go put stuff in there to go organize with folks of like what they want to see. It doesn't have to be big podcast format. We could just go and record and upload a video. Like here's where we're at.
Yeah,
And it can be in the podcast. We can trim it out. So yeah.
I'll go with my next selections. Since you did a manga one and a anime one, I will do the same. So I got Isekai Office Worker as the anime. This other world, this is another one that has a stupidly long name. The Other Worlds book depends on the bean counter. It's something that caught my eye on Crunchyroll and I've been meaning to watch. Unfortunately, it's one of the ones that's subbed only at the moment. I would love to see. There's a ton of series I'd love to see dubbed, just because I don't always I can't always just watch it. I have to sometimes just have it out in the background and just pay attention to it so often when I'm doing projects and other things. And so I that's the reason why I tend to watch more dub than sub. I do have a few sub series that I am keeping track of and doing anything. For manga, I need to get caught up with One Piece. That is on my list. I'm literally at the start of um, the arc where Luffy gets Gear 5.
Ooh. Okay.
I need to read that. I want to see. I want to see Luffy Gear 5 in the manga, and I'll eventually. I don't know how I'm gonna do the anime because it is such a time sink. Because I keep on trying to get into
It
it. I would
is.
watch a bunch of sections of it. And I'll be like, I'm One Piece
Mm-hmm.
out. Need to take a break. I think anime wise, I'm up to when they're just getting to um, oh, Big Mama's area. I forget what the
Okay.
arc name is. So I've yet to
That's a
finish
lot further
season
than
one.
me. Yeah, yeah. You mentioned, yeah, that's the longest season now, right?
Yeah,
It's One Piece. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll piggyback off of what you just said with because that was your two, right?
yeah.
Um, so One Piece is on mine. Uh, and while we're on the One Piece topic, you'll laugh at how far behind I am. I have read and watched all the way to what is it called? They're literally right there now in the Netflix season 2, where you're going to be fighting. They're going to be fighting Crocodile. Um, it's in what is it called? Ala something.
Alabasta.
Alice. Yeah, Alabasta. Yep. So I'm literally at the part where like Luffy is about to go fight Crocodile. I think that's his name. He's like a warlord or something.
Yeah,
And this is over the span of years, like where I sat down, read it all the way through, and then I took a huge break and went to other things that were much shorter because I felt like I'd get more out of reading the same amount of chapters or something, and I'd cross multiple series. And then when um, when I was on leave from work, I was every night. So I had my daughter, and so I was bouncing her every night, and I had the TV on in the back. And what else am I gonna do other than watch One Piece while I'm bouncing this baby every night? And I watched literally from one to I want to say I think it's like 100 or 110 is where I got to. So I literally like watched exactly to where I had read because I wasn't able to sit there and read it because I was bouncing around. So I had the TV on, while I was trying to get her to
yeah.
sleep.
Having kids and reading is kind of a hard thing to do.
Yeah, so I just was like, well, I'm just gonna watch it. I got a TV, we're chilling. Let's do it. And yeah, I think I'm in this same boat where I know a lot of the spoilers, obviously, and that's I'm not at all upset because I just haven't got into it. It's been around for so long, so everything's a spoiler to me, which is fine. And I'm excited for everything that happens between what you just talked about and where I'm at. Like, there's so many different fights that I know are such big hits to the
You haven't even gone to
community.
the introduction of the gear system, so
No, no, yeah, exactly. So I'm super excited. And this is where, you were talking about your backlog and maybe we can organize or come up with a vote or something with the community or, us or however we want to work that out. But yeah, I mean, especially for me, One Piece is such a slog of not in a bad way, just volume like to get through. Of it's gonna
there's
take a while to ever catch
so
up.
much out there. If
Yeah.
you're just coming into it, they're talking about doing a new version of it. I don't remember what it's called, but I remember hearing about this through a YouTube video of it's One Piece without it cuts out all the filler and
Is it
condenses
One
it.
Pace?
Yeah, something like that. I don't remember.
I think that was somebody made it on their own and they got in trouble. It
I
wasn't like a official thing like Kai from
I
what
think
I
there's supposed to be an
saw.
official one where
Okay.
they're pretty much taking season one and condensing it down for people to make it easier to follow and get caught up.
Oh, well, I'll just do what I did when the Harry Potter movies started coming out and I'll just stop reading and I'll wait.
I would still read honestly. There's so much good that happens in the series.
Oh yeah, and it's gonna take so long
I
for that
doubt
to even
they're
get
not going to
anywhere.
be able to catch all of that if they do a condensed version. Like I could
Right.
see them dropping certain parts of it and still be able to have a decent story.
Yeah. I should have noted which ones I've already talked about. So that was, I think, one. I was piggybacking off of your One
Yeah.
Piece. I wanted to make sure I okay. So I got one more to share. So then, Another one is I've heard this from some friends in IRL and online. Fairy Tale is another one that I need to get into. I don't really know much about it other than I've heard
I'm.
it's really good.
It is really good. I need to finish it. So I was keeping up with the manga. I don't remember what happened, but it made me stop, and I still need to read the last little bit because it's really in the last arc of Fairy Tale that I had to stop for some reason, and I just didn't get back into. Um, I
But the
actually,
story's over, right?
yeah, the
Like
story's
it's
over.
animated.
It's completely done.
Yeah, everything.
I think they're
Yeah.
doing
Okay.
another series based in the same universe. But even
Okay.
there's actually another series that's really similar. You can tell it's made by the same person. I think it's like Eden Zero. Um,
Oh, I have heard that.
yeah, that would be another one for that. That'd be good for you to catch up on or watch.
Okay.
If watch Fairy Tail first, Eden Zero is more sci-fi. So
Okay. Oh, I like sci-fi. Sci-fi's fun.
yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's my next two.
All right, then I'll go to my next two. Campfire cooking. Another word with my absurd skill is something I want to watch more of. There's two seasons of this, and they have the manga, which I need to read. um,
Okay.
the main character gets transported to a different world, and his when he goes to this new world, his only skill that he gets from the somebody like he has base stats, everything, but he has online grocery.
Okay. That's his skill.
That is his only skill that he got from going in this world.
Okay. So how does he get to utilize it? Do you know? Or that's
Yeah,
what you're looking
I've
forward to?
watched the first two seasons of it. I know what
Okay.
happens with it.
Oh,
But
okay. I guess
that's a
yeah. You
premise.
don't have to
It
spoil,
is
but
a
that's funny.
silly premise. Um, but turns out when you got access to online grocery and it actually has all the Japanese industry grocery stores and everything in it, so you can get water, you get fresh water, you can get our bread in a medieval world. You can get all of our different sauces and everything they ever use, like we eat those teriyaki and everything.
Yeah.
It tends to stand out a bit,
Yeah.
and it turns
Absolutely.
out that what ends up happening is a Fenrir, which is like a legendary beast in this world, falls in love with his food, and he's like, "Okay, I decided I'm gonna follow you. We're gonna make a contract. I'm gonna be your familiar. Deal with it."
That's that sounds exactly like that time I got reincarnated as a slime with Rimuru, and I forget the dragon's name. Starts with a V. Um, and he like eats him, and then eventually like he spits him out. But like, and then he's just Biff, and he's hanging out with him like the whole time.
Yeah, this is a bit
Okay,
different. Their relationship isn't quite the same as Rimuru and what was it? I'm trying to blank the name as well.
I'll look it up.
Valdora?
Yes, I think you're right.
Valdora
Yes, I think
Tempest, I
that's right.
believe it is.
Yep.
Yeah, it is a completely different relationship than that. He does get other familiars as well as the series progresses. Currently, he has three. I wonder if he gets more. I can see him getting more. And each one of them
Yeah.
just comes to him because they start smelling something super nice. He's just like, I want to eat that.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yep. The other one I'm keeping track of, well, I watched the first season of this. There is a second season of this. I need to get caught up and keep on watching this. Is Kaiju number 8.
Ooh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, that's actually gotten a lot of popularity, and I really loved the first season of it.
Okay.
And I really need to watch the second one.
So are they like? Is it like a typical kaiju where they're huge monsters in
So yeah,
terrorizing
there's huge
cities or protecting them?
monsters, but the main character actually gets turned into a kaiju,
Oh.
and but he still has his own personality and everything, and he can actually forcefully control it and turn back into a normal human. And his whole goal was to join the group that's hunting these kaiju's. And so he finally becomes through this whole thing. He actually becomes a member of the group, and he's constantly trying to help people while also trying to hide the fact that he's a kaiju and help people out in as if he can.
Yeah, that's a fun premise. Okay, I like that.
Yeah, well, at least that's season one. I won't
Okay,
spoil what happens at
fine.
the end of it.
Yeah,
Watch it. It is good. I
yeah.
loved it.
Those are good. Let's see. So, since talking to you and other friends in the past, my next one was Full Metal Alchemist. I think it's a no-brainer for anyone that is into anime. Of like, yeah, dude, why is that not first on your list? I don't remember which one, or Brotherhood, I guess I'll say
Brotherhood.
specifically.
Yeah.
And so I don't remember which one I started watching a long time ago. Probably Netflix again. Um, I saw a couple episodes, and it just was kind of like another thing of like, yeah, I'm interested, and then I just kind of like forgot or whatever. Like I just didn't make the time to come around to it. It wasn't anything negative. I just didn't come around to it. Uh, so I do think that can I do think I should come around to what would you recommend? Watch it or read it?
I would just go ahead and watch it.
Okay.
Honestly,
Okay.
I really like how the show came out. It does show the animation and everything really well. Especially the fight scenes ends up amazing in there. And the Brotherhood isn't super long either.
Okay.
They condense the
That's
story
nice.
a bit, and technically some of so the first part of they kind of skipped some of the first part of the Full Metal Alchemist series a bit because it was shown in the original Full Metal Alchemist, and honestly, it doesn't add a whole lot besides adding one person that keeps on showing up every so often. But they do a
Okay.
flashback type thing to explain him. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, I would say that it's a really good one to just watch and instead of read, you'll get the same thing. So
Yeah. Okay. And then my next one, and I think I'll stop the list here for me, is it's called, I think it's Record of Ragnarok. So this one I think has a bunch of different gods and deities across a ton of different mythologies. I don't really know much about it other than that, and I'm a sucker for different mythology stories. Like I'm pretty sure like there's Greek, there's Norse,
oh, it goes
there's
through all
Chinese.
you see Buddha, you see uh,
Yeah,
Adam, Eve. It
yeah,
goes
yeah,
through almost
exactly.
every single mythology. I have watched it to an extent. I
Okay.
will say one thing that kind of irked me in the whole thing is that it takes so long to get through one battle because they go through everybody's backstory through.
Oh,
It's like,
a lot of introduction. Yeah,
yeah, it is an insane amount of introduction, and it to the point that the battle itself is kind of the side note to the actual storyline behind each of these people.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I haven't seen or read much other than I know it touches on all those different characters. And like I said, I'm a sucker for reading these different things or seeing what this person or this writer has a take on with these different things that already exist. And so uh, that's pretty much why I put that on the list. And I've also heard it's pretty good, so that was another bonus point.
That,
All right, you want to give
that's
two
awesome.
more, and then we'll wrap this.
I think because I started and I did one, I think I'll do one more. I think
Oh
that will
yeah.
make us even. I'll do Mashal, Magic and Muscle. Um, I watched the first season of this. I need to watch. I know I watched the first two seasons of it. I can't wait for it to continue on. Um, it's another one that I can't that was really well done. The main character is in a world where if you have no magic, you're killed immediately. It's actually illegal not to have magic, and he was born magicless. And how they can tell is there's a
Oh,
mark somewhere over their body, like a line. And if you have two lines, you have more magic, etc., etc. Usually, you only
Okay.
get like 2 or 3 lines from what I understand in the series. He has no
Yeah.
lines, but his grandpa, well, it's not biological grandpa. He gets adopted, pretty much. Takes him and pretty much just trains him like crazy for muscle to a point that he's
Okay.
actually strong enough to just thrap away any magic attack or anything that happens against him. Like there's one scene of the guys like making magical giant swords and just flinging at him. He catches it.
Ah, the disrespect.
Yeah.
That
It's
sounds
hilarious.
good.
He's very single minded, but it ends up in a very good way for him.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good. That sounds fun. Breaking the mold and being different, right? And
Yeah.
that's exciting.
Especially since he
Cool.
owns every single magic person that he's fought against.
Yeah. Especially when he gets to, as soon as he's on top of them, it's over, right? It's like,
Mm-hmm.
yep.
And
What are
it's
you gonna
very
do?
easy for him to do that because he's also super fast. And
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's like, your typical RPG, if you're playing with a variety of friends or some team, right? Like, you don't just want a group of healers. You also don't just want a bunch of tanks, like you want the variety.
yep. I think we just have one more segment that I made up for you.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
So I have a list of the animes I remembered you know things about,
Yep.
along with people associated with them. I'm gonna have you pick a number between 1 and 6. That would determine the anime. And I'm gonna give you another number after that, which is how many characters that I've selected, which will pick a character. That character has been murdered. I need you to make a
Ah,
believable story of how the character got murdered, who murdered him, how they find out who the murderer is, etc., etc. Like a typical murder mystery. You gotta give me their motive and all the and anything else that would matter to it. So
easy.
we'll see how easy it is. I will note that
Yeah.
if it, because I do have different worlds, like if it's a Dragon Ball world, you cannot use the Dragon Balls or anything of that sort to figure out who the murder was, and you cannot just ask someone who's dead because there is communication between that. We're doing this as if there is no in between, so like with Bleach and anything like that.
Dang it.
Try.
I was going to say, I'm going to get a Soul Reaper. We're going to go
Yeah,
talk to the
no, we
ghost.
are not doing that way. Nope, 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 nope. I want there to be challenge here. All right, give me a number tree. 1 and 6.
3.
Oh, you picked the one I knew the least about. Devil May Cry. Pick a number between one
Ooh,
and
okay.
three.
So that, okay. I'm just trying to note these so I don't have to remember them. Okay. So Devil May Cry, I guess you'll explain what these are after I pick all these numbers?
Yeah, so pick a number between 1 and 3.
Okay, sorry. Oh, sorry. 1.
Dante has been killed.
Ah! I
Who
was
killed
excited I
him?
picked Dante.
Yep, you gotta figure out who killed Dante. Give
No
me a
one.
decent story.
You can't kill him. He's the GOAT.
Sorry,
I
Dante
made a
has
whole
been killed.
video called Dante Can't Die and did a power scaling video on him.
I will note
Uh,
that you can pick any pointed story, and I will allow, especially for this one, because I know the shows much more than I know the actual anime. I mean, the game much more than the actual anime. That'll allow you to pick scenes of the game as well. So you could technically have
okay.
Virgil kill him, even though he's not. I don't believe he's in the anime, from what I remember. What I was reading about.
He's not in the anime. Neither
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I
I'll pick the
will allow
game. There's a
that.
lot more to pull from. There's a lot more to pull from in the game. I think I'll do that.
Okay,
Okay.
that's one I
So,
also know the lore of a lot more than the anime, so I'm fine with that.
okay. Yeah, so okay. So the what I'm supposed to do here is somebody within the Devil May Cry series, I picked the game, has killed Dante, and I have to express how and why and
Yeah,
the motive and
the motive.
okay.
I mean, Dante. There's a
Okay.
ton of people that have motive to kill Dante. You kidding me?
Yeah.
But the question is, who has
Yeah.
the ability to kill Dante and at one point in his life?
Yep. I can think of 3. Uh 4. I can think of 4. Okay. Um. Okay. So I'm just telling. Let's see. So I'm revealing who did it and how they did it. So it's not
Yeah,
like
you're pretty
I'm.
much being the detective here, just
Yeah. Yeah.
explaining the motive, how it happened, and the whole story.
Got it. Okay. So the individual that has murdered Dante from Devil May Cry was none other than Mundus or Mundus. He is the pretty much the emperor, the big dog in hell or the underworld, whatever you want to call it. And he has hated Dante's father Sparta, who used to be his lieutenant. Um, he has hated him since he betrayed him and betrayed all of the underworld and sealed the underworld away from the world of the living. And this happened right after Trish meets Dante in the first Devil May Cry game, which, if you want to go by the timeline, is second in the timeline. Technically, it's three, then one, then two, then four, then five.
First game though,
And so
like Devil May Cry, the
the
very first game.
first, yeah, the first
Yeah.
game technically is after the third one.
Yes, I
They
remember hearing
squeaked the
that
third
third
one in.
one is a prequel.
Yeah, yep. And so the way that Mundus did this is when he got Dante, or when he told Trish to pull Dante over to Malay Island. They went over to Malay Island, which is where you pretty much are the entire first game. Once he was in the underworld, Mundus and Virgil, who was known as Nello Angelo, worked together instead of one fighting one on one individually later. Mundus and Virgil worked together to go defeat Mundus, and Mundus was the one that got the striking blow. But Virgil was with him during this fight. And so that is how Dante was defeated in the underworld.
I can see that happening. Okay, I'll give that
I
a
lucked
go.
out pulling a series. I probably am. If anyone is going to find this channel from my other stuff, they're going to be like, "Oh, he picked the best series for himself."
Yeah, I was kind of that was one of the ones I'm like, yeah, he's probably gonna get something from there. There is some harder ones. You want to do another one?
Yeah, let's do another one.
Okay, number. Give me a number between 1 and 5.
5.
We're going to the One Piece universe.
Oh God. All right.
Give me a number between 1 and 12.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I got quite a few for this one.
10.
Okay, this one's gonna be interesting. Luffy's dad is dead. Monkey D. Dragon.
He has a dad. Got
If you don't know this one, it's fine. We can pick another character.
it. I don't know
This
anything
is one
about
I
him
think would be
other than
kind of
what I just
harder
saw.
to figure out when he's dead because there's a bunch we don't know about him. Uh,
Okay.
so if I'll give
Should I
you,
pick an earlier number?
you can pick any number you want.
2.
Zoro is dead.
Oh, there you go.
That one
Zoro's
I
dead.
hope you know
I am not
Zoro.
popular. I am not popular in this segment. I'm killing all the best characters.
Killing all the swordsmen, man.
I know. So okay, so Zoro is dead. How? This is easy. So we're gonna go back to when Zoro met Mihawk.
I
Mihawk
knew you were gonna do
kills
this
him.
one.
Yep, this is the easiest one to do. Instead of letting Zoro live, Mihawk decided he's gonna let him know, and he is going to pull out. He's gonna go for another swing with his big sword, and it is over. He didn't do the one and done, and Zoro's on the ground. No, he's gonna finish him, and he's gonna throw him into the ocean because there's no way they're getting him after that. And that is how Mihawk murdered Zoro. Mm-hmm. I'll even say that's how it should have gone. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, you're making enemies of the One Piece universe. Do you know
I
how
know. I don't know
popular
enough about it
Zoro
to say
is?
anything. I know. That's why I mostly said it. I'm just kidding. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I wanted to drop
Okay,
that
that was
line
an
as a
easy
hot.
one. I figured you were gonna go with Mihawk because that's the easiest point to kill off Zoro.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't think. There's been 1 or 2 times when Zoro's got close to death. Besides that, I would also probably have done Thriller Bark, um, which I don't think you've watched up to that point. But he does get to a point that there was a point where you have to take on all of Luffy's injuries, and after that, he ends up.
Oh, I've
It's an
seen that.
iconic
I've
scene
seen
of
that clip.
what happened here. Nothing, nothing at all, or something along that lines.
Yep. Yeah. You as the viewer know exactly what happened, but he won't tell him. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, you want to do one more, or do you want to call it here?
Oh, I'm not to sure. Let's
Let's
hit
do one more.
as
That
many
was a bit
series as
easier,
we got
short
time.
one. Okay, give me a
Yeah,
number
that
between
was the
1 and
easiest I could got.
4.
Let's do we'll do 1.
1. The Dragon Ball universe. Ooh, this is appropriate because we're
Ooh.
starting with Dragon Ball. We're ending with Dragon Ball. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, there we go. The whole we
Give
came
me a
back.
number between 1 and 14.
Oh my god. I'm gonna go big. We're gonna do 11.
I shouldn't know. It numbered them A through C, so I'm gonna have to count it. So give me a vote.
Oh.
You said 11.
Yep.
Piccolo is dead.
Ah, dude. All the aura farmers.
So
Just like
I'm gonna say I'm not gonna allow you to do the scenes that he does die in. We gotta be a bit more creative than that because there are scenes Piccolo dies.
Hey, Zoro didn't die in the one that I said.
No, he didn't. That's the reason why I allowed it. So
Yep.
in the Dragon Ball universe, no scenes where he died. You cannot use the Dragon Balls to risk to know what happened or anything along that lines.
All right. Let's think. Let's think of the best scenario. Okay. Frieza has murdered Piccolo. On Namek. And this happened when oh man, there's so many episodes. I'm trying to think where Piccolo is during the part that I'm thinking on.
Well, Piccolo doesn't come until the second half, anyways. Of the
he combines with Nail.
yes.
Is that then? Yeah.
Yep, he combines with Nell just before he starts fighting fighting Frieza.
Okay. This is also gonna be super easy. Okay. So Frieza when fighting Goku, instead of just having the big blast that he sends into the planet and it's like 5 minutes and it's gonna blow up, he just blows it up.
I just air quoted 5 minutes, but
I know. Yeah.
I'm
He
like
doesn't. Yeah, he blows it up like he did the Saiyan planet that you see in the Bardock movie, where he just nukes it and that's it. It's not 5 minutes. If anything, it took 5 minutes to travel that far, but like once it's touched it, it's gone. It's over. So yes, Frieza murdered Piccolo and Gohan and Krillin and Goku and Vegeta and
is still alive,
Ginyu.
threatening the universe. Saiyans are pretty much extinct at that point. I don't think there's any Saiyans left.
Broly.
Oh, Broly, you're right. Oh, yeah.
Broly, and then I forget Vegeta's brother's name. What is his name?
I don't remember.
It doesn't make sense because he's so young and Vegeta is so much older than him. Anyway, he has a brother. No, maybe I'm thinking of Kaba from Super. I swear there's another one that you like never ever see. Maybe it's in the movies. Anyway. Yeah, there you go. Yes, that is how he does it. So instead of just putting the blast and then just teasing Goku, who's going Kaioken 10 to go or whatever he stops that when he's fighting Final Form Frieza. Frieza just nukes the planet, and then there's no chance for Goku to learn Super Saiyan with Krillin dying and that whole shebang. So I'd say that's probably the simplest way he's going to do it, and that's mostly because my memory is foggy on where Piccolo is in Namek, because I was trying to think where he was when they're fighting the second form Frieza, because I know Gohan and Krillin fight him. He was. Okay, that's what I couldn't recall, because I know he's been around on Namek, but he wasn't like always right there. He like goes and finds Nail at some point.
No, he's when the series starts in that one, he's dead. They get the Dragon Balls up and they wish Piccolo alive because they find out they can only wish one person alive at a time with that Dragon Ball. Then
Okay.
wish for him to come to Namek, and but they didn't specify where. So he's kind of out in the middle of nowhere
Oh, so
and
he's
had to fly
traveling.
in.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and he comes
Okay,
across
that's
Nell
what I
along the
remember.
way, and Nell's like, "Let's fuse."
Yep, got it. All right, that one's arguably the bigger cop out because Frieza just kills everyone. But I did it. Mission successful.
I'll accept it. I think the best one
Yeah, I'll
was
get a.
Dante, but
Yeah, and that one I looked that on because that's probably out of everything we've talked about, the one I know the most on.
yeah. So I also
So
just give you the other universe worlds I have. I have Naruto here. I have Bleach. I was kind of hoping you did Bleach because I would have loved to
I
see
kind of
that
want to do
story.
Bleach too.
Then Yu-Gi-Oh was the other one.
Okay.
I
Yeah, I
figured
think.
those are ones that you knew enough about that I could throw some people at you and you would remember them enough.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe it's up to you. We can save, and you can add
I think
other.
this is probably a good point to stop it.
Yeah, this is a longer episode. I think we'll wrap up here. So between now and the next episode, Blade and I are gonna read another volume of Chainsaw Man, and then maybe we'll have figured out some of the priority on our backlogs to go kind of share maybe like a segment of like here's what we're gonna start working on top of Chainsaw Man together, and then we can kind of give some like reviews or something or
If you have
thoughts for.
suggestions, put it in the comments. If
Yep.
you're on YouTube, if you're not, you can also join the Discord, which we'll probably put a link to as well. We'll start putting
Yep.
that everywhere. You can we'll have a chat in there for suggestions to add to our list. We're happy to hear from you guys. We do not know all the animes or mangas, anything out there, and we're willing to go into just about everything that has to do with this awesome fandom.
Yeah. So thank you for hanging out, and make sure you're following on whatever platform you're on. We're on YouTube. We're on all the different podcast sites, and yeah, we're everywhere. So come hang out. Appreciate you listening in, and welcome. See you next time.
See you next time on Ongoing Volume. Bye bye.